Hey, welcome back to the channel. My name is Keith and I'm sure glad you stopped by today. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to check tire pressure on your vehicle. Now we've got a vehicle here that has the tire low pressure indicator light that's come on the dash. So I'm going to show you how to go around to each one of the tires, check the tire pressure, and then add pressure to each tire if you need to. Also, we got to talk about how do you know how much pressure to put in each tire? Well, I'll show you where on your vehicle you can go to determine how much pressure to put in each tire. Let's dive in. You're looking at the dash right now of a 2016 Toyota Camry LE. And as you can see, the low tire pressure indicator light is in fact on. The symbol you see here is a universal symbol that's used by car manufacturers to show that at least one of our tires is reporting back as having low tire pressure. And it could be multiple tires, but at least one of them is reporting back as having low tire pressure. This system is called the tire pressure monitoring system. So what we need to do next is step outside the vehicle and check the tire pressure for each one of our tires. So next thing we need to determine is how much air pressure to put in each one of our tires. To do this, you're going to open up your front driver's side door, and in the door jamb you should see a sticker like you see right here. And on this sticker we see that the front two tires need to be inflated to 35 psi and the rear two tires need to be inflated to 35 psi as well. Let's go ahead and turn on our air compressor. While our air compressor fills up here, let's go and check the tire pressure on our tires. So next up, we're out here. We know that each tire is, 35 psi? Yep, each tire is going to be 35 psi. So let's go ahead and check each tire for the correct pressure. And here you see I have my pressure gauge right here I'm going to be using. So let's check each one for 35 psi. Bring you in a little closer so you can see what I'm doing. It's about 33. So that's a little low. Just going to go ahead and check them all here. So this is the driver's side front. Now let's go to the driver's side rear and check it out. Driver's side rear. That's right at 35. It looks good. Now we're at the passenger side rear. Yeah, that's a little low. That's down there. You see that? That's below 30, just below 30. So that's a little low. So keep that in mind. I think what we'll end up doing though is putting air in all these tires, just getting them to 35, just to be safe. Now we're here at the passenger side front. This is right at 30. You guys see that? Right at 30. Reset our gauge, check it one more time. Right at 30, needs to be 35. So what we're gonna do now, let's just put air in all our tires. And then we will recheck the tire pressure indicator in the vehicle to see if it goes out once we top off all our tires at 35 psi. Hold on, we'll be right back. Okay, let's go ahead and add some air to the tires. And I've got my gauge here. I've got my tire inflator here with my attachment. so we can add some air, and then we'll check it with this as we go. Take your valve cover off. You want to make sure that this is properly seated to get a good seal, so you can tell when you get a good seal on this, no air will escape. I'll show you right now. That's a good seal right there. This wouldn't be a good seal, and we're actually letting air out. So you want to make sure you push it up firmly to get a good seal on it. Like so. Now we're going to fill it up and check it. So put a little air in there. Then we come back with our gauge and we check it. I'm going to bring you in tight so you can see what's going on here. So I'm coming in now to check it. And I can see from checking it that we are over a little bit. So we need to dial this thing back to 35. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit this release. And I'm just trying to get us back down here to 35. Good, 35. Can you see that? 35 right on the nose. So now let's put our cover back on. And you're going to do this all the way around the vehicle. Air it up using your inflator, and let's check it with your gauge. So now let's move on to the rear driver's side tire. The driver's side rear tire. Let's pull this off. And check it with our gauge. So this one is right at 35. So we don't need to do anything here. See that? I'll show you this one. This is the driver's side rear. And we're right at, hit this button a little bit. We're right at 35. Very good. So we don't need to do anything on that one. Now let's go around to the other side. So now we're on the passenger side. Rear tire. Let's go ahead and get it checked. So again, this is the passenger side rear tire. Let's come in with our tire gauge first and check our pressure. I'll bring you in so you can see what I'm seeing on the pressure. Get a good seal on this. And you see that tire pressure is coming at below 30. So that is low. So let's go ahead and add some air till we get up to 35 PSI. Gonna take our tool here and make sure we get a firm seal on this, right? That's a firm seal right there. Solid connection. Put a little air in it. Take it off. Check our pressure. 33 PSI. We're not there yet. Get a firm seal. Take it off. Now we went up to 40. So let's dial it back a little bit. So I'm going to press my release. So I'm just pressing my release valve here until I get back down to 35 PSI. Using the same technique I showed you on that driver's side front tire. .35 PSI. Let me bring you in and show you that. So again, I'll show you what we're doing here. .35 PSI. That's what we want right there. Passenger side front tire. By now, hopefully you're getting the hang of it. You're just testing each tire out with the tire pressure gauge to check for pressure, and then you're filling it up. Then if you overfill, don't be concerned about that. You can always use your pressure release to remove some of the pressure. So this is definitely something you can do, and we're just showing you the techniques on how to do it. 30 psi. So now we're at the passenger side front tire. 30 psi is what we're seeing. Let's add some pressure. So don't need to add a whole lot here, right? We're just going up 5 psi. But if you go over too much, that's fine. You can always release it with our gauge. So let's try that out, see what that does. Come back here with our gauge. We went over. We're 40 psi. So let's back off of it. Release some of the pressure. Again, make sure you have a firm connection here. So I'm pushing in a little bit so air doesn't seep out. Make sure you have a firm connection. Pushing in evenly around this gauge. And I'm just releasing pressure until I get to 35 psi. There you go, 35 psi on the nose. Now let's put our cap back on. So we've just gone around to each one of the 4 tires. We've added pressure. We've used our tire pressure gauge to check the pressure out. All of them are reading 35 psi. Now let's go back in the vehicle, start it up, and verify that our tire pressure, low tire pressure indicator light goes out. So we're back in the vehicle now. Let's start it up. So the low pressure icon is still on. And we put 35 psi in all these tires. I need to, oh, so we just saw there that the low pressure icon just went off. It just went off by itself. So it took a little minute for the sensors to read, to report back to the computer. But now you can see that the low tire pressure indicator light is off. So let's start up the vehicle now. So you see that the low pressure indicator light that was over here has gone out, and we're not seeing it on the display right here. So that means that we have put in the correct amount of pressure in all 4 tires. And there you have it. If this video helped you out, please hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. It'd be greatly appreciated.
Thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope this video helped you out. If it did, hit that subscribe button and click that bell so anytime we drop a new video, you'll be the first to know. Hit that like button and leave me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. If you're interested in any of the products we used in today's video, we'll leave some links down below. Hope you have an awesome day, and thanks for watching.